Most diesel owners think they're driving bulletproof engines, and in most cases they are. But here's what mechanics won't tell you. 7 out of 10 diesel failures happen because owners follow bad maintenance advice from manufacturers. Your diesel engine was engineered to run for 500,000 miles, yet most die before hitting 80,000 miles. The difference comes down to 7 simple maintenance habits that cost pennies but save you thousands in repairs. In the next 8 minutes, I'm going to share the 7 habits that will make your diesel last 300,000 miles and beyond. Make sure you watch till the end because habit number 5 alone will save you from the most expensive diesel repair. Don't forget to hit that like button if this helps you. Subscribe for more diesel tips, and share this with any diesel owners you know. Also, drop a comment below and tell me which of these habits you've been neglecting. I read every comment and often make videos based on your questions. Let's start with the habit that most diesel owners completely ignore until it's too late. Many manufacturers now claim transmission fluid is lifetime and never needs changing, but this is one of the most misleading pieces of advice you'll ever hear. Here's the reality. No diesel vehicle operates in truly ideal conditions that manufacturers use for their testing. Most diesels work in stop-and-go traffic, tow heavy loads, operate in extreme temperatures, or encounter dusty environments. And these real-world conditions break down transmission fluid much faster than laboratory testing suggests. Your transmission fluid doesn't just lubricate. It cools and operates the hydraulic controls that shift gears. In diesel applications, this fluid works even harder due to the massive torque that diesel engines produce from low RPMs. When you neglect transmission service, the fluid develops varnish and microscopic metal particles that act like liquid sandpaper, leading to slipping, harsh shifts, and eventually premature transmission failure. The smart approach is to drain and fill automatics every 60,000 miles, change manual gear oil every 60,000 to 100,000 miles, and for CVTs, follow manufacturer intervals strictly, usually every 30,000 to 60,000 miles. Habit 2. Maintain your turbocharger system. Nearly every modern diesel has a turbocharger, and this is where many owners make fatal mistakes that cost them thousands in repairs. Your turbo spins at up to 200,000 RPM and operates at temperatures exceeding 1,800 degrees Fahrenheit, so it needs special care to survive these extreme conditions. The number one turbo killer mistake is shutting off your engine immediately after hard driving, highway speeds, or heavy towing. When you shut off a hot engine, oil stops circulating, but the turbo keeps spinning from momentum, and without oil flow, the bearings literally cook themselves to death. Here's the golden rule that will save your turbo. After any highway driving or heavy load work, let your diesel idle for 30 to 90 seconds before shutting down. This allows the turbo to cool gradually while oil continues circulating, and water-cooled turbos benefit from this even more, as the coolant circulation helps dissipate heat more effectively during the cool-down period. Change your oil religiously and use only the manufacturer-recommended viscosity because turbos are extremely sensitive to oil quality. Cheap oil or extended intervals will destroy turbo bearings, leading to expensive replacement costs that can easily reach several $1,000s. Also, avoid using the auto start-stop system constantly because the minimal fuel savings aren't worth the potential damage to your turbo system. Habit 3. Replace fuel filters. Every 10,000 to 15,000 miles. Modern diesel fuel contains biodiesel blends, water, and microscopic contaminants that can destroy your injectors in a matter of miles if not properly filtered. A clogged fuel filter forces your high-pressure fuel pump to work harder, which can lead to premature failure, and when that pump goes, it often takes the entire injection system with it. Your fuel filter isn't just filtering out dirt. It's protecting a $3,000 to $8,000 fuel injection system that operates at pressures up to 30,000 psi. This is where diesel owners often go wrong because they treat fuel filters like they would on a gas engine, but Diesel systems are far more sensitive to contamination. Change your primary fuel filter every 10,000 to 15,000 miles as a standard practice. But if you notice hard starting, loss of power, or black smoke, don't wait for the scheduled interval. A $40 filter change can prevent a $5,000 injection system failure, making this one of the most cost-effective maintenance habits you can develop. Water in diesel fuel is another silent killer, so always drain your fuel water separator monthly. And if you're seeing water regularly, you need to investigate your fuel source immediately. Bad fuel destroys diesel engines faster than almost anything else, so this habit is absolutely critical for long-term engine health. Habit 4. Change engine oil every 5,000 to 6,500 miles. Here's the most controversial habit that goes against everything your dealer tells you, but it's based on real-world experience from mechanics who rebuild engines daily. Modern diesel manufacturers claim 10,000 to 15,000 mile oil change intervals, but this extended schedule is slowly setting you up for expensive engine failure. Unlike gasoline engines, diesel engines produce soot as a normal byproduct of combustion, and this soot mixes with your oil, turning it into liquid sandpaper that grinds away at your engine's internal components. Even with the best filtration systems available, soot particles accumulate over time and start causing microscopic wear that eventually leads to major engine damage. Diesel mechanics who see failed engines every day recommend 6,500 miles maximum for oil changes, regardless of what your manual says, because they're the ones rebuilding engines that followed manufacturer intervals religiously. Regular oil changes cost a fraction of what an engine rebuild would cost, and those extended intervals are designed to make ownership look cheaper during warranty periods. But guess who pays when the engine fails at 120,000 miles? You do, and it's not cheap. This habit alone can be the difference between an engine that lasts 100,000 miles and one that serves you for 400,000 miles or more. If you're finding these tips valuable, make sure to hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell so you don't miss any of our diesel maintenance secrets. Habit 5. Service your cooling system. Regularly, diesel engines run hotter and work harder than gasoline engines, so coolant system maintenance is absolutely critical for preventing catastrophic failure. Your cooling system isn't just preventing overheating, it's protecting against complete engine destruction that can happen in minutes. Flush your coolant every 2 to 3 years, or 30,000 to 40,000 miles, whichever comes first, because diesel engines generate more heat and put more stress on cooling components than gas engines. Old coolant becomes acidic over time and starts eating away at your radiator, water pump, and cylinder head gaskets, leading to expensive repairs that could have been prevented with simple maintenance. Check your coolant level monthly, not just when problems occur, because diesel engines are far less forgiving of overheating than gas engines. Just a few minutes of overheating can warp cylinder heads or blow head gaskets, turning a simple maintenance issue into a major engine rebuild. This habit is especially important if you tow heavy loads or operate in hot climates, where your cooling system works overtime to keep engine temperatures under control. Don't wait for warning signs like steam or high temperature readings. By then, the damage may already be done. Regular cooling system service is your insurance policy against one of the most expensive diesel engine failures. Habit 6. Use quality fuel and additives. Here's the habit that separates diesel engines that last 500,000 miles from those that struggle to reach 200,000 miles. Fuel quality matters more in diesel engines than any other type of engine. Not all diesel fuel is created equal, and cheap fuel often contains higher sulfur content, less effective detergents, and more water contamination that your high-precision injection system can't handle. Your fuel injection system is incredibly sensitive, and it can't tell the difference between good and bad fuel until it's too late and expensive damage has already occurred. Use top-tier diesel fuel whenever possible, and add a quality fuel additive every oil change to protect your investment. Look for additives that provide cetane boost for better combustion, water separation to prevent contamination, anti-gel protection for cold weather, and injector cleaning to prevent carbon buildup. This isn't just winter protection. Year-round fuel treatment prevents most fuel system problems and extends the life of your expensive injection components. Remember, it's always cheaper to prevent problems than to repair them, and fuel system repairs on modern diesels can easily cost thousands of dollars. Use fuel stabilizer for long-term storage if you don't drive regularly, because stale fuel can cause serious damage to your injection system and fuel pumps. Habit 7. Replace air filter. Every 15,000 miles. Here's the maintenance habit that most diesel owners completely overlook, yet it directly impacts fuel economy and engine longevity in ways you might not expect. Your air filter is your engine's first line of defense against dirt, dust, and debris, and diesel engines need approximately 10,000 liters of air for every liter of fuel burned. That's a massive amount of air flowing through your filter, and without sufficient clean air intake, the fuel mixture becomes too concentrated, resulting in ineffective burning and reduced fuel efficiency. A clogged air filter forces your engine to work harder to draw in air, reduces power output, and can trigger black smoke from the exhaust that indicates your engine is struggling. Replace diesel air filters every 15,000 miles or annually as a standard practice, but shorten this interval if you drive in dusty conditions, on gravel roads, or in heavy traffic areas where particulate matter is higher. This simple maintenance task improves fuel economy, maintains power output, and prevents contaminants from entering your engine where they can cause expensive internal damage. Don't wait until your filter looks completely black. By then, your engine has already been working harder than necessary, and your fuel economy has suffered. These 7 habits aren't suggestions. They're requirements for any diesel owner serious about long-term reliability and avoiding expensive repairs. Follow them religiously, and your diesel engine will reward you with hundreds of thousands of trouble-free miles while saving you thousands in potential repair costs. Remember, diesel engines are incredibly durable when maintained properly, but they're also expensive to repair when neglected. The small investment in proper maintenance pays huge dividends in reliability, fuel economy, and resale value. Thanks for watching, and if you found this information valuable, please give this video a thumbs up, subscribe for more diesel maintenance tips, and share it with other diesel owners who could benefit from these secrets. I'll see you in the next video, where we'll dive even deeper into diesel maintenance strategies.